for Dallas. So, feel pretty good about them, and I think they had a good day today. Brought some energy out at walkthrough.
The Thanksgiving Day game is always special. What do you appreciate about this game and being a part of this game on Thursday?
Just the fact that it'll be a couple extra days to relax a little bit.
With the short week, you guys tripped up against Chicago on the short week last time around. Was there anything you take from that or do differently this time around?
Yeah, different thought process as far as I'm concerned in my messaging with the players. So hopefully it's the right one, and I think our guys have gotten the message. I think they've came in and they had a good day today. They really seemed focused and brought some energy, and they seem to be in a good place right now.
Last time we saw you guys play the Cowboys, that was Sam's breakout game last week of last year. Is there any confidence he can take from that, or that you guys can take from that as a team?
Well, I think we can, just knowing that again that was Dallas's first unit, and they were still playing for playoff positioning. I mean, they were in, but it was all about positioning at that point. And so they came out and gave a good effort, and I thought Sam handled the situation pretty well.
And, Coach, you guys are a pretty running back screen-heavy team compared to the rest of the NFL, so are the Cowboys. Does that mentality inside your own offense help prepare your defense?
It does, and again, just having a feel for those types of things, and hopefully we'll be on it. They do run several screens, and for the most part, they use a specific personnel grouping, and then they try to manipulate it by the movements and actions that they use, and try to get it to the backs, and hopefully we've studied that and prepared ourselves, and hoping our guys get that and as one of their tips and clues as they look into it.
And then coming off of a 3-interception game from your quarterback, the Cowboys like to get after the quarterback. They like to intercept the ball. They do so pretty well comparatively. Is there more of kind of a fixation on the mental side of things than usual coming out of a game like this going against this opponent?
I think the biggest thing more than anything else is just really trying to understand your opponent, what they're trying to do and when and how. I mean, that's probably the thing that we as coaches look at and try and give those ideas, those clues, those tips to the offense and defensive players, so that they're prepared, they're ready for those things.
You guys have talked about complementary football and having all three phases in sync, and it feels like at times you got offense playing well, defense struggles, vice versa. Some games. Is there anything you can do going into games to get them in sync? I mean, I know it's.
You try every day. You try to get these guys to understand that, and you do what you can. But each game has a personality, and as it unfolds, you try to get things corrected during the game, and hopefully, going into a game like this, our guys know what's at stake. You know what the opportunity is. You know who your opponent is. It's really truly they're playing in one of the greatest football rivalries, period. And so, they should understand, and if they don't know it now, I think they'll learn, especially the young guys, what this is really all about.
And what is the biggest challenge of this defense that Dallas has? I mean, it seems like they're loaded in all three levels, but what's the biggest challenge in your mind?
For us as defense, yeah. I think the biggest thing more than anything else really is just explosive plays. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is about as good a player as there is in this league right now. He's an explosive, dynamic player. A lot of things that they do, are surrounded around him, and so it's about being able to contain him, have somebody over the top, and just understanding where and how they're going to try and use him, and then you got to be careful. You spend too much time on him. They've got running backs that are dynamic runners, and you've got to pay attention to them, because not only do they run the ball well, but they're also a threat with the ball, thrown to them. And tight end has always been a part of what they do offensively, and they've got enough offensive firepower that you really have to be aware.
Why is Dak playing so well right now? What's he doing, I guess?
Well, one of the things it looks like is he's getting the ball out of his hands quicker. And I think a lot of it has to do with, some of the things that coach has done in terms of, taking some of the things he did in Green Bay and implementing them.
What have you made of Dak's longevity? He's the longest tenured quarterback with one team in the league. I guess, what do you make of just his longevity in Dallas and his ability to excel there?
Well, I think early on, Jerry Jones figured that's the guy he wanted, and so I think that when the owner's all in and does that for his quarterback, that signals a pretty clear message to everybody that this is our guy, unless something crazy happens to him.
You mentioned how tough the turnovers were in the last game and how just it's hard to overcome that many. How can you guys work on like fumble prevention at this stage, going short week, all that sort of stuff?
Well, in the short week, it's hard because your time is trying to prepare to get ready to play, and the X's and O's are all part of it. But I know you guys see it because we constantly work on it, and you guys have had the scene in front of you when our running backs are working with Coach King and Coach Jordan are working with those guys. We do a takeaway Thursday where both the offense and the defense work a circuit, and trying to create takeaways and trying to protect the football. And so it's something that you got to continue to work on and make sure it's fresh in the minds.
Last year when you guys were in Dallas, Dan Snyder hadn't even announced yet that he was putting the team up for sale. Do you ever stop and reflect? I know you've had a lot of whirlwind years here, but just what this last year has brought in terms of change and all that?
Oh yeah, I have, and it's but the biggest thing, the most important thing more than anything else, really is, just putting this team in a good spot and working to, continue to grow and develop.
You mentioned the messaging is different on this Thursday night game versus the last one. What is different about the way you're messaging to your team?
Well, I think the biggest thing more than anything else is this is a divisional game, and it's against probably our arch rival. So it's a different kind of messaging. It's a different kind of outlook, approach, more so than anything else.
Got time for one more. Good. All right.
That's it. Thank you.